Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Silicon Beach Australia Virtual Pitch Night for May. Can you believe it is May? The year is going on way too quickly. Whilst we're getting everybody settled in, you will see that we are recording and we're also going live on Facebook. So hello to anyone that's tuning in on Facebook and watching us live. Please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. Say hello, say where you're tuning in from, and you can put your details and share in there. And if you have registered to pitch tonight, could you please do us a huge favour? We would like you just to direct message Silicon Beach admin, so you'll find them in the chat, and just let them know that you're in the room, and we'll be ticking those off to make sure we don't forget anyone that has registered. Well, whilst everyone's getting settled, I might get to the formality of things. So hello, I haven't even introduced myself yet. My name is Karen Flintt and I will be your MC tonight. Just a little bit about me. I'm the CEO and founder of Legally Yours, Australia's leading legal marketplace that connects individuals and SMEs with fixed fee lawyers across Australia. So think legal services without the bill shock. I'm also an ALTA, so the Australian Legal Tech Association board member. And I'm very, very proud to say that I've also just launched, I'm the committee chair for the Women of Australian Legal Tech Association too, which we go by the name of WALTA, which we launched last week. So as you can tell, I'm very, very passionate about startups, about legal tech, about the legal industry, and also about the Silicon Beach community. And I also, in addition to emceeing these nights, I also run some free legal information sessions during the month as well. So look out for those. In the spirit of reconciliation and on behalf of Silicon Beach, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that I'm standing on here today, which is the Bun Bun Wurrung and the Wurundjeri Woi Wurrung peoples of the Eastern Kulin Nation. And I pay respect to their elders, past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who may be joining us here today. So I'd like to begin and kick off tonight's virtual pitching night by actually stating the primary mission of Silicon Beach Australia, which is to empower founders. As such, our vision is to create an environment where founders can feel supported, educated and empowered to fulfill their startup vision and values. And tonight is all about providing a platform for founders and startup owners to feel supported, comfortable, open and connected. So a little bit of housekeeping. So as I've mentioned, we are recording and we're going live on Facebook. And just another reminder for those that have registered to pitch, make sure that you direct message admin Silicon Beach and let them know that you're in the room. Please make sure you mute and we don't want any extra noises. We really want to respect our pitches tonight, particularly those who are, some of them actually are pitching for the very first time. So we want to give them all of our attention and all of our support. As I mentioned, please use the chat amongst yourselves. Please introduce yourself. Let us know where you're tuning in from. But more importantly, please ask questions of the pitchers. Whilst we have three incredible judges that will be doing that role this evening, the pitchers absolutely love your feedback, your comments, your support, questions. So please put those in the chat as we go. And then finally, my favourite thing to do tonight, which is if you can turn your camera on if you feel like it, I'd like to take a little photo so we can say we did it. So anyone that you've got about 2 seconds to turn on your camera. 1, 2, we're going to smile in and everyone say, oh, there you go. Got a couple more. Anyone? I'll give you 1 more second. 3, 2, 1, smile. Great. Thank you everyone for letting me do that. What a good looking bunch we all are tonight. All right. I am going to hand over to the leader of the Silicon Beach Australia community, David Hauser, for some details on our sponsors. Over to you, David.
Thank you, Karen, and hello and welcome everyone. Pitch night number 4, we had our first on-stage event, pitch night at Melbourne Connect here in Melbourne. It was a huge success with pitchers from the previous pitch nights.
Well, David, you're a little bit glitchy. I'm not sure if you can still hear me. Your internet is a little bit glitchy. So poor old David.
In front of a live audience and we'll.
All right. If David can hear me, well, Janine, maybe you could message David just to let him know that his internet is a little bit glitchy. There you go. It's not a tech night if you don't have a tech glitch, is it? So I might do those little announcements on behalf of David. He was actually talking about there was the first in-person emerging. Oh, David, are you back?
I'm back. It should be better now.
All right.
Unfortunately, NBN in Australia is not as fast as it should be.
All right, start from the beginning. We didn't hear any of it.
Not anyway. Welcome everyone again. And last week we had our first onstage event in 2022, a pitch night at Melbourne Connect. Great success. We probably going to get 2 of our community members into the Melbourne Accelerator program. At least they were very excited to get their application. So pitching here tonight is your chance to basically make it into our live events. And so we're very excited for all of you. Now, nothing of this would be possible without our sponsors and community partners. We have Karen Finch with Legally Yours, who is sponsoring, supporting us for a while now, for over a year. I think you had your 1-year anniversary 2 months ago, something like that.
I've been part of the community for about 4 years, I think, David. Don't sell me short, but yeah, a year doing these virtual pitch nights, absolutely.
Right. We have Legally Yours, Karen's. We have Heasley Lawyers, one of Karen's communities as well, and the director of Silicon Beach. CFO Works, helping you with accounting and business planning, Think Innovation, my own business, if you would like to validate your idea or come up with new creative ideas for your startup. Carrot Cake Studio, who is designing our website for us, a good friend from Indonesia. So if you need a new website, please reach out to them. And we have some new community partners that are creating extra special services for you. One of them is today on the judging board, which is Toby Nagy. Am I breaking up again? Toby Nagy from BCF Academy. And we have Query Legal. Pitched just last month and is now already community partner with specials for you. So wait, we will publish all those services on the website for you soon. And if you would like to get involved, please reach out. I will share my contact details in the chat. I think I'm done.
Well done, David. Thanks so much, David. Awesome work. All right. Let's get on to our incredible judges that have been sitting very patiently in the room, and I'm very excited to introduce them now for you. So first up, we have the absolutely gorgeous Caitlin Budge, and we've coordinated our colours today. Caitlin is the CEO and founder of Clarified Solutions Services. So with over 12 years of industry experience, Caitlin offers strategic business advice and collaborates with clients to project manage end-to-end government, private, philanthropic and private sector grants and tenders. In 2021, Caitlin successfully won over 7.2 million of grants and 12.5 million in tenders for SMEs across industry sectors, including education, construction, IT, software, hardware, financial services, renewable energy, human resources, and logistics. Caitlin, we are so lucky to have you here. Please say hello and let us know what your prize is for one lucky pitcher tonight.
Wonderful, Karen. Thank you very much for the introduction. So it's a delight to be here tonight as a guest judge. And my prize this evening is going to be a complimentary 45-minute session with myself to review your current pitch deck from an aesthetic perspective, as well as the content, given I'm a strategic copywriter, and just to take it to a whole nother level so you can present a really compelling narrative.
And that is one incredible prize for anyone that's gone for any is going through and having to draft up their pitch deck. Incredible. We are so lucky. Thank you so much, Caitlin, and thank you for that great prize. All right, over to our next judge this evening. We have the very lovely and handsome Anthony Curtin from Merton Lawyers with over 12 years of industry experience. Oh, sorry, I've got the wrong little thing in there. Anthony, I'm actually going to say...
not handsome.
No, you are absolutely handsome, but I haven't got...
the wrong script.
I haven't got your intro in there. But anyway, I can intro yourself, because I know Anthony very, very well. Anthony is one of our absolute superstar lawyer members as part of Legally Yours. We've known each other for several years. Anthony is a co-founder and director of Merton Lawyers. They do amazing work with tech startups and commercial businesses, commercial law, corporate law. They've got commercial litigation in there too, and some private client, but their specialty is also helping businesses from the US and Australia and getting them being able to scale overseas. Just incredible work that you do. And I have to say, I have connected Anthony and his team with so many clients over the years, and the feedback is always 100% amazing, satisfied, loved it, and they keep returning back. So absolutely can endorse Anthony and the team at Merton Lawyers. How did I go, Anthony?
Yeah, that was great. I think you stole the script. So
no, Amazing.
No, thanks, Karen, and thanks a lot for inviting me tonight, and it's great to be involved in the Silicon Beach, and obviously with Legally Yours as well. You guys are awesome, it's going to be great to just we advise investors and founders of emerging growth companies, and can't wait to see some tonight and meet some great founders.
I love it. And your prize tonight, Anthony, which is
I think it's a complimentary meeting with our team, particularly in our corporate team, and then I think there's $500 cash as well. Oh, not cash, but
towards your legal fees. Yeah,
also,
which
I've got
helps.
some people in our office that are giggling their heads off. So apologies.
Well, $500 cash now. It's on. Yeah, recorded it live. There you go.
That's not bad.
I love it. Thank you so much, Anthony. Thanks for joining us. And last but certainly not least, we have the absolutely extraordinary Toby Nagy, who's actually coming from the Founders Retreat, but he's in Bali. So we're so lucky to have him here. Toby is an educator, entrepreneur, and founder of the BCF Coaching Academy, which helps entrepreneurs to test, validate, and launch their next big idea using the Lean Startup. We are so lucky to have you, Toby. Thank you so much for joining us. Please say hello and let us know what your incredible prize is tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Karen. Excuse me, my voice is cracking up here. So dialing in from a sunny Bali. Excuse me. My prize tonight is excuse me. That sounds terrible, croaky. Anyway,
as long as it's not COVID. What does it matter?
Yeah, it's a 30 access to one of my courses, turning ideas into business opportunities. So for those of you who really want to know how to, I guess, turn an idea into an opportunity, I do have a short course. It is essentially 10 lessons, and it gives you the framework, the basic framework for getting your idea right and being able to turn it into a business opportunity. That's valued at $197 US. So yeah, 30 access for the winner. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. And thank you to all our judges and the incredible prizes you're offering tonight. You absolutely make the night. All right, let's get on to the real stars of why we're all here tonight. So our pitches. So for those who haven't perhaps tuned into one of these virtual Silicon Beach pitch nights before, how it's going to work. So each pitcher gets 90 seconds to pitch. And then at the 90-second mark, you will hear a bell. Janine, do you want to do that bell so we can all not get shocked by how loud it is tonight? Janine, the bell. There you go. I told you it was loud. So basically, please, if I can ask the pitchers to wind up their pitch at that mark. You don't have to stop short, but definitely wind it up. And then what we will do is we will invite our judges to then have 5 minutes of questions or, some feedback and all those sorts of things. So you can, as I mentioned, as in the audience, please put your questions in the chat, and we do sort of direct the pitchers to go and have a look at the chat and answer those as they go. And we're really excited tonight to get started into proceedings. So I am going to welcome Sam Hyatt to please unmute, say hello, so we know that your camera is working.
Hi, can you hear me?
We certainly can. Hi, Sam. Lovely to
Hi.
have you here. Okay, so let us know when you're ready to go. Are you good to go? Shall I count you in and your 90 seconds will start?
Yep, go for it.
All right, you can go on 3, 2, 1. Over to you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sam, and I'm the founder of Nown. I, like the majority of the world, am an avid online shopper. However, I don't enjoy the experience as much as shopping in-store. I love browsing the aisles of Kmart and Bunnings, and throughout lockdown, it was something that I definitely missed. My searches online constantly don't result in what I'm looking for, and delivery takes between 5 to 7 business days, despite the store being close by. I found that many people also had this problem. My grandma is limited in her mobility, so shopping is difficult, but she struggles with the complicated interfaces of online stores. My uni friends didn't have time to shop and needed their items quickly for last-minute party outfits or assignments due at midnight. Further research found that these problems lose Australian retailers over 50% of potential sales. I realized then that there was a largely untapped market quickly emerging here in Australia. This was when Nown was born. Imagine you could browse through the aisles of your favorite retail stores, all from the comfort of your home, and receive your purchase in under 30 minutes. Nown is a shopping app using virtual reality to engage shoppers and make the experience easier and more fun for everyone. The app interface is designed to be extremely intuitive, so even technically challenged people can use it. Use your finger to move and pan through the 3D environment on your phone. No uncomfortable headsets required. Place your items in your cart and hit checkout when you are done. You are immediately connected with a nearby driver who will collect your items and bring them straight to your door. Not happy with your item, our drivers will collect and return your items for you, and you can expect a refund the same day. We give sellers a platform to grow their reach and sales and receive payment in the form of subscriptions and commissions. We also receive a portion from the delivery services we provide.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you so much. And don't worry, because our judges will be asking some questions from you. But well done, and well done for kicking us off. Oh, we're getting technical now. I don't think we've ever had that before. That was really good. Well done, Sam. All right, over to our judges. Whoever unmutes first can ask the first. Caitlin, over to you.
I've got a quick question. All right, Sam, thank you very much. Well done for kicking off for the evening. So what I'm thinking about is from a logistics and fulfillment perspective, and that's really interesting that you're offering that as a promise, sort of a 30-minute turnaround. What sort of discussions have you been in with retailers, you know, that you're onboarding into the system, and how many of those discussions have you had so that they can actually pick, pack, prepare, you know, in 30 minutes, it's a fast turnaround, those products for the drivers?
Yeah, so the goal is to reach the big retailers, and I haven't gotten through to them just yet. But I've spoken with smaller businesses, and I feel like they're going to be a market we go for because, you know, they've got a smaller store, they've got the time, they're happy to do it. I've spoken with a few small businesses in my area, and they said that they would love the opportunity. They don't have to worry about deliveries. They're happy to just set them at the door and they're ready to go. So there's definitely, they're happy to do it for that segment. I haven't reached the big stores yet.
Okay, and that will be purely during business hours that you could promise that 30-minute delivery?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be at any time of the night?
No, unless we can improve, but at the moment, no.
Sure, okay, thanks very much, Sam.
Thanks, Caitlin. Anthony, over to you.
Yeah, no, thanks, Karen. No, that was great, Sam. Well done. And where are you at the moment with the product? Have you developed it, or is it
at the moment? That was what else I was going to add into the pitch, but that was a ding. I'm at the stage where I have the business know-how, but I am lacking in the technical skills. So I'm looking for to build a team that can do that. I've got an idea on how I'm going to bring the MVP just to get interest and get people talking about it and see that there is a market and confirm that. But the technical aspect has not been done just yet.
Yeah. And what do you need to get to the MVP stage?
Well, I don't know. I feel like there's ways that I can do it in an affordable way just to get the MVP, maybe 5,000, but obviously to get the real big deal, it's going to cost, I don't know yet, actually.
Yeah.
But to get it off the ground, I don't think it'll be too much. I've looked into possible people in Fiverr that have that know-how, but I think I would like to have someone come on board my team that I can trust. And yeah.
Cool.
Thanks, Anthony. And Toby, over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, I guess from my experience, you're on a thing here that you do have, because it is about the user experience and the human-to-human user experience. I tend to find I don't get a good experience online, and especially when it takes 5 to 7 days to arrive. In fact, I ordered something recently, it took 3 weeks to arrive. So it really killed that momentum about excitement about receiving something. So it would have just been easy. I mean, the shop was in Clayton, would you believe? I'm in the eastern suburbs, so Melbourne. So like in the Waverley area. So it would have been just quicker to just get in the car and pick it up. Really, 3 weeks to, and I missed the deadline. So it is a thing. But to me, it seems like you're really in the early stage. So one of my suggestions would be try and, I guess, I'm not sure, have you put up a wireframe, or is it a storyboard that you still haven't done the MVP? Where are you at in terms of at the moment?
At the moment, the MVP is planned to go. Is tomorrow I'm going to get some footage just to put it all together, but it is ready to have like just a visual so people can clearly see how it works. But the actual MVP is, like, not the MVP, the actual program will need the investment to actually hire someone to do that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And also, yes. Sorry.
I was just going to say, see, you don't need to develop an MVP. What you need to do is you need to develop that storyboard, the customer journey, user experience, and you can build this. You say you've got all that.
Yeah, I've been working on that today, actually.
Yep. Okay.
And as you were saying
advice,
that you could just drive to the store, is that what was one of the questions? Yeah. So obviously that.
Yeah, I just if I was to sort of look at this thing, I'd want to see that pre-MVP. What have you developed? What collateral? What artifacts have you developed? Is it a sort of just want to understand the user experience, because you are going against the grain. I mean, it is a thing, but most people are online, so you really got to sort of get this message out really interestingly. So I guess you're going to make some videos and that sort of thing of the experience or the whole thing. Yeah.
The most thing I've put my effort into is the research, and I have found that the market is enormous, especially because of a certain generation, like the older generations don't really know how to use online shopping. So my interface is designed around them, using their feedback on what I design, how they would respond to that. Sorry.
So when you say market's enormous, that's it can be a bit of a red flag as well. Because I think if you really wanted to succeed in this area, you really got to niche it down. So I'd be trying to work out who is your specific market and then focus on that, because it could be grandmas or it could be people, young people just aren't into online buying. So I suggest you get that really tight and really focused.
There's so many different scenarios that I've come across with people that I've talked to. So I think I'm leaning towards the demographic that struggles to shop for themselves. Would probably
you need to do a lot of research on that to get your market, your beachhead market. So where are you going to launch first? So to niche it down, don't go too broad. That's my only advice is. Otherwise, you're just not going to get anywhere with it.
Yep, 100%.
Pick a particular niche. Make sure it's large enough. Make sure it's profitable, and make sure it's a paying customer involved. Yeah. Okay, that's
right. Some sound advice. Some sound advice there. Thank you so much. We might leave it there, but please keep your comments and feedback going for Sam in the chat, so you can keep that going. Well done, Sam. Thank you again for kicking us off. But we're going to move on to our next picture. So we have got the beautiful Nicole. Nicole, say hello. This is your second time back. I'm very excited that you're here again.
First official time, but yeah, second time.
I love it. We get to see you again. All right, Nicole, let us know when you're ready and we'll start your 90 seconds.
Ready.
Okay, off you go.
So my name is Nicole De Matos, otherwise Nurse Nick, and I'm the founder and owner of Real Fringe Hair Bands. And we create an alternative to wigs for people with hair loss, either from chemotherapy or from alopecia areata. It was born from my 22 years of oncology nursing experience, where a lot of my patients had actually purchased wigs and found them really hot or itchy or just really fake looking. And our tagline is confident locks because confidence rocks. We pretty much take a cancer patient's own hair within a week and a half of them having their first chemotherapy. The hair can be a minimum of 15 centimetres and can be dyed or natural. And we sew it into a hair weft and place it onto a non-slip headband so they can actually wear it underneath whatever headwear that they would wear anyway. At the moment, marketing is our focus because obviously time is of the essence. People need to know about us and our product either before they start chemotherapy or within the first week and a half. So we can create the product ideally with their own hair or with a family member's hair if someone happens to cut their hair on their behalf. Otherwise, if time has run out, we can create it with community hair donations, which we're lucky enough to receive. Yeah, the product is made in Melbourne, Australian designed and created, and it's patented and trademarked. And this is the product here. And I did hear the bell, so.
Nurse Nick. Well done. Well done. I absolutely love what you do. Nurse Nick, you'll be forever known to me as Matt now. So that's what I'll be calling you. All right, over to our judges. Toby, I think you may have just gone in first. Over to you for first comments.
Yeah, all right. No worries. Awesome, Nicole. That's quite a need there. It's sort of a niche market. I like niche businesses. So have you launched it yet?
Yes. Our product started to be available for purchase August 2019. But at the moment, it's just a matter of getting the word out there Australia-wide about the fact that we exist.
Okay, so what's your ask? What are you looking for?
So at the moment, how we've managed to launch it so far is via word of mouth. Still being an oncology nurse, I've actually donated the product in many different wig libraries throughout Melbourne in particular, which is where we're based. The Chris O'Brien Lifehouse in Sydney, as well as Queensland. But a lot of the wig libraries were actually closed during COVID and only just starting to reopen now. So at the moment, it's just a matter of getting the word out there to oncologists, oncology nurses, oncology patients, relatives and friends of people that are going through chemotherapy. We're affiliated with the Australian Alopecia Areata Foundation. So it's really getting the word out there that we exist.
Right. And are you looking to raise capital? Is that why you're here, or?
At the moment, I'm wanting to basically spread the word about the fact that we exist. I've looked into SEO, and you're looking at $1,900 a month to be able to just start with SEO alone. We're looking at approaching wig shops to sell our product within the next month or two. That's where we want to start. Once we actually start selling product, then we can get more into the SEO and which you obviously need capital for. It's just shy of 23 grand with a couple of the companies we've been looking at.
I love it. Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you, Toby. Anthony, I think you were next, hot off the press, and then over to Caitlin.
Thanks, Nicole. It was great. I just had a couple of questions. What's the price comparison if I went and bought a wig off the shelf compared to your product?
If you bought a full real head wig, you'd be charged anywhere between 4 and 7 grand.
Wow.
Really? Our product, if we create it with community donated hair, is $399 landed. And if you create it with your own hair, because all production stops when we get someone's own hair in, it's $499 landed.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how, I mean, is it hard to get that up to 1,000 wigs, like the way you do it? Like, that normally you'd assume that, costs would decrease as you went up, but you've got a pretty good starting point there in terms of your cost base.
We've been creating the hair wefts since, 2018, fine-tuning the process and everything, and obviously having the patents in place as well. So we've got a fair bit of stock with regard to creating the product from community hair donations. What slows us down is if we get someone's own hair in, but as I say, all production stops because that's the priority. If they've got no hair, we need to get the product to them, and we generally turn it around in 3.5 weeks.
And do you, okay, right, so one wig is 3.5 weeks?
Yep. And
is that one person working on it?
1 to 2 people. I primarily, as well as oncology nursing, I'm sewing myself, and I've got a couple of other seamstresses on board.
And how many hours? So if you were one person putting in time to put the hair back in, how many hours over that? Did you say 2 to 3?
Each product takes between 5 and 7 hours to create, to take from a ponytail to a hair weft placed on a headband. Okay,
right. So there's a kind of like, okay, gotcha.
So it's labour. That's where the cost comes in, because the head obviously doesn't cost anything. Yep. It's it's the labour.
Okay, it's an interesting model. It's good.
Thanks, Anthony, for those questions. And Caitlin, over to you just for a quick comment before we...
Fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. So just 2 comments on sort of your referral network and how you can potentially expand upon that and sort of differentiate as well different roles that people have. Have you got an ambassadors program for the products?
I've currently got 3 ambassadors on board, 2 oncology and 1 alopecia.
Fantastic. Are they people that actually use the products as well? So they're people not in the medical field?
2 do. 1 is on the other side of her chemotherapy, so no longer needs to use the product. But the other 2 will have no hair for the rest of their life. So,
got it. Okay. And have you considered also medical professionals as ambassadors as well, talking about the impact they've noted for the patients they've been looking after?
Had a couple of
testimonials.
I've had a couple approach me to come on board as ambassadors. I just haven't set it up for the oncologists yet, but it's in the pipeline.
Okay. And what sort of work have you done in terms of PR? I mean, you're wanting to spread the word. Have you started approaching any magazines, any newspapers, any community letters or anything so you can really get the word out quite broadly?
So we're known through the Look Good, Feel Better program, which every female, and it's now offered to males as well, if they're interested in undertaking the program Australia-wide, they know about our product and promote it. The Cancer Council of Victoria as well. And yeah, most wig libraries and day oncology centres in Melbourne actually have our product donated so they can talk to it. Yeah.
Okay, great. And just a side comment, I might be able to connect you with someone who has some fairly significant inroads with media, especially in sort of caregiving at various ages and stages. So if you'd like to connect with me, I can connect you with him directly. He's fantastic.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, judges. Thank you, Nurse Nick, for pitching. And this is why I love these pitch nights, because you get to watch all of these lovely connections and things happen live, which is amazing. Nicole, you can relax now. Thank you so much. All right, over to our next picture. Samuel from innconnect. Say hello. Let us know that we can hear you.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. All right. You can start your pitch. Good to go.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so actually I started this idea in mid-2021, but recently I've been hired at another startup and I've seen it actually even more and more relevant as a student. I have been noticing that there is an increasing gap between what universities teach and what you actually use at your job, especially in things like tech and even things like accounting. And in the future of like where a lot of things that universities teach get automated or outsourced, it's even more important to bridge that gap. In addition, currently there's also a major advancement in innovation and entrepreneurship. That's basically the future. It's entrepreneurship, high-level skills, and innovation. And also in that department, students generally get left behind. They don't have the connections or the experience to do anything. So what I did, I created a platform, me and some of my co-founders, to connect the student entrepreneurs with the students with talent together to create a project. So basically, it's a platform for a community where students can generate startup ideas, and also a development tool where talent and the student entrepreneurs who created those ideas with the community can connect and then work together to implement the project on live. I have also multiple tools to then help them to further advance it, and then maybe connect it. I hope to collaborate with things like Silicon Beach or investors. At the moment, I'm also looking for a co-founder who is actually not technical, because I'm the technical founder as well as my co-founder, but I'm having trouble with the human part of things, like the marketing on scale. Like I know how to convince people, but I can't do it. I don't know exactly how to do it on scale, and I would like some aid with that.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Samuel. Thank you. All right, over to our judges. Toby, I think you're unmuted first. Over to you for some comments.
Yeah, thanks, Samuel. It's an awesome idea. Coming as a former university lecturer in entrepreneurship, I really see the struggle between fit, what we call it, I guess it's a real product market fit as well. They can deliver a product, but it doesn't suit the market correctly. So that's one of the reasons why I've launched the BCF Coaching Academy. So it's spun out of university actually. So, but it just wasn't reaching it wasn't done the right way. So I'm happy to have a conversation with you, sort of out of this, and see if there's any potential, and see where you're at in terms of maybe collaborating or maybe working with Silicon Beach, or just see generally where you're at. But I think the idea is really novel. I think that there is a need for what you're doing in terms of connecting like the different fields all together in entrepreneurship. And I also believe that everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. That's the old saying, everyone wants to be DJ, but not everyone can be an entrepreneur. So you're in the right field there. And so yeah, that's all I've got to say. But let's connect on through LinkedIn on a different conversation. Yeah.
Ah, incredible. Thank you, Toby. Caitlin, over to you for some comments.
Thanks very much, Karen. So, Samuel, well done. I'm curious around this with the sort of commercial model that you're wanting to implement. Is this a subscription basis, or how is this going to generate revenue for the business?
It's basically a social platform. It's going to be free with some multiple tools. We already decided we don't want ads because that's kind of counterproductive to what we hope to achieve. But we have like future plans, especially like, you know, collaborating with investors and coaches and tutors. Like as students, like as an example, students at the end of the day are students, they need some help. So for example, if someone has trouble with something in their startup, like be it on the business side or something with programming or whatever, they can click a button to book a session with the tutor to help them with that specific problem. And that would be a session that is most likely paid. In addition, we might have like maybe a very minor stake in like projects that do succeed and get delivered to the investor section in our website, which is another thing. Maybe something like 0.5% to 1%. But if, for example, we manage to that way bring, I don't know, 100 projects through, it can be massive, massive profit. Assuming, you know, depending on the legality of things.
Sure. And which regions are you targeting initially? Are you looking at the Australian market or a particular state or territory or international market?
So at this moment, I am trying to go locally, simply because it's more accessible at the moment. I hope to go global, yeah, eventually.
Okay.
They could be a massive network of innovation.
Great. And do you have some university partners who are actually able to funnel or at least point some students in your direction?
So I have been talking to some universities. They have expressed interest, specifically ANU, University of Melbourne, but in general, they wish to see more traction before. Like they want to see specifically students from their universities. So that's one of the things I'm trying to do. I'm trying to gain that traction from those universities.
Okay, excellent. It's a good place to start right at the top. Research institutions with a good reputation. Well done.
Kate, can I add also quickly that dealing with universities is quite a challenging, difficult. It might take anywhere between 2 and 5 years to get some sort of traction, real traction. It seems to spin one of the reasons why we go private.
It's hard. Anthony, over to you just for some last quick comments.
Yeah, no worries. Sam, that was great. And I think, yeah, I wish something like this was around when I was in my early days at uni. But, you know, the internet was just starting. But when I was there, but I think it sounds really good. And I think, you know, at the moment you've got a lot of opportunities. My bit of advice is, you know, dealing with hundreds of you know, emerging growth companies and startups is just really narrow your focus. Don't overthink it. You've got, you know, it's great you've got opportunities in different states, but I think it sounds like even in this chat here, you had someone from RMIT put their hand up. And I'd also go back and really do a lot more customer interviews and just try and find that key pain point. I understand you've got an assumption around it, but I'd go and speak to 100 people, because I think once you've got that information, that's incredibly powerful to then go off and create your own product. And you won't be knocking on the doors of the unis, they'll probably be knocking on your door. That's what we've found. So.
Wonderful, incredibly wise words. Thank you so much, Anthony. And yes, Samuel, you've got some comments in there. Thank you, Anna. She's put something in there about RMIT, and Toby's popped his details in there too for you to connect. So well done. Thank you so much. You can sit back and relax now. Well done. The hard work is done. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Thank you. Okay, over to our next picture. Fukuda, could you please say hello so we can hear your audio?
Hello, can you hear me?
We certainly can. All right, over to you to pitch.
Okay, cool.
Your pitch starts now. Off you go.
Okay, so my company name is Asilla. We provide the AI SDK, like software development kits. And this is basically preventing abnormal behavior by the AI, because the background is in Japan. I'm from Japan. In Japan, we have a current issue that is the decrease in population, but the monitoring camera man is like 90 years old, like 6 years old, and the data look at the multiple camera, it is kind of impossible to detect the abnormal behavior. So we proposed that, and now provided the 3 SDK lineup. One is abnormal detection, second is the multi-camera tracking, then third is the line cross detection. The abnormal detection is the detect action that we categorize the 4 actions. One is fighting, one is falling, one is staying, and one is slugging. And then there's more detection AI. So we code AI, and then we learn. We give the we let the AI learn. Oh, sorry, that's 90 seconds submit. Okay.
No, that's okay.
Basically,
we did have some glitching.
We just
go.
Provide yeah.
Sorry, Fukuda. We had some glitching in that, so I'm not sure if everybody
just abnormal action.
Probably caught. But look, what we will do is I'll throw it over to the judges to ask some questions, and we might be able to hopefully get some more information. Sorry about that. Anthony, you've unmuted first.
No, it's good.
Question.
Yeah, thanks a lot for Fukuda.
Sorry, yeah. Okay.
Fukuda?
Yeah, Fukuda, yeah.
You know, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just ask, so is it AI that is then doing?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay.
The detecting abnormal behavior.
Yeah. Have you? I just like it. Just screams out to me. Like I think you've obviously identified a really interesting opportunity. Have you looked at it for other things in health sciences or medicine or anything like that? Like I understand this kind of. I mean, it just feels like there's a huge opportunity there too.
So like there's like SDK, and then we attach the SDK with the edge device, and the edge device connect with the camera. And in the camera, we can detect the people maybe action little weirdly. Well, for example, fighting. If someone is fighting in the street in the camera.
Well, we might have lost David. I think we've lost, haven't we? All right. Well, these things happen. If we do, oh, Fukuda, are you there again? Sorry, we did lose you.
Oh, me?
Yes, we did. Unfortunately, we've lost you. It's very, very glitchy in terms of internet. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe what we'll do is we'll put some questions and some feedback into the chat, and Fukuda, you can pop your details in the chat too, and we'll try and get a connection there. But thank you so much for joining us and joining us from Japan tonight. We really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, over to our next picture. We've got Anna. Anna, come and say hello, so we know that you're.
Hi.
Hi, Anna. Hello. Thank you for being here. Are you ready to get your pitch going?
I am.
All right, over to you.
So currently it takes up to 6 hours to create just one piece of content. And with 47% of small business owners handling their own marketing efforts, it's no wonder that most don't post. Flintt is developed to create more content with less effort. Through a centralized dashboard, our clients can create, repurpose, and schedule up to 5 social media posts and 3 emails in less than just 1 hour. It's created with business owners and leaders in mind and ignites online visibility while saving time. Essentially, Flintt increases brand reputation and grows people's revenue. Flintt is a SaaS product with a 3-tier subscription model ranging from $19 to $99 a month, and we offer a free 14-day trial period to engage new users. The business model gives unlimited scalability with capped cost of goods sold, and we have traction. Our MVP was built, and now we're onboarding early adopters. We're collecting user feedback and really building brand awareness. We currently have a waiting list of over 1,500 users and partners. And today we're asking for $250,000 as seed funding to invest in our next milestones, primarily looking at improving user experience so that we can enable self-service subscription and reduce churn, which will basically increase our valuation and increase your return. We're a team of 4 co-founders with 50 years collective experience working with our target market, and we're committed to our vision of simplifying online marketing to ignite the reputation and revenue of our clients.
Oh, well done, Anna. Brilliant pitch. Well done and perfectly timed too. All right, over to our judges. Caitlin, I think it was you. I'm going to go with you first. Over to you.
Okay, wonderful. So being a writer myself, this is a particular area of passion and interest. And I'm curious, Anna, so how did you come to this particular point where you can offer people a greatly accelerated opportunity, to create their social media or their content in general? Are there particular forms or formulas you've developed, or what's your point of difference? How do you actually create that end result for your clients?
Good question. So I've been in the space of marketing and comms since I did a comms degree in 2003. I've been working directly with people and teaching them how to do this. And you're right, we did exactly that. We've created a content form, which from that content form, by inputting your brand, design, your colors, your logo, it uses pre-created templates for design and your copy, and then marries them together to create your social media copy, creating posts based on the information and the keywords in your content. It will then automatically schedule it across Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. It will create an email which goes out to your database, and it enables you to really quickly be visible online.
Okay, so it's through technical support rather than in-person behind the scenes support.
It's all
this is actually generated.
Yeah,
all
it's
tech.
all tech. So we're really going after the repurposing market. I have not found a tool that will do what we do in one tool. At the moment, you need to create your images on like Canva. You need to write your copy separately. You then need to find some form of scheduling that will put it together. So what we find is people just, as I said, it takes up to 6 hours to create a piece of copy, and it just ends up being too much time for more than half the business owners that do their own content. Yet we know that being visible is some of the highest conversion tactics for you to be able to increase your revenue.
Okay, wonderful. Congratulations on getting to this point.
Thank you, Caitlin. Anthony, I'll go to you next.
Yeah, no, well done. And I know in the early days of Merton Lawyers, we really struggled with just getting work content out because we were so busy, and it's a real challenge, and it's adds so much value once you can get it out there. So and I think it's so much beneficial to have something that's automated as opposed to hiring someone. I just had a question, like at the moment, what traction do you have? Like, are you kind of, is it moving?
Yeah, so
we've
built the MVP. It's all working. We've onboarded we've got 17 people trialing the subscription and about 25 people using the product.
And are they
currently we're getting, we've got some that have been onboarded as paying in the future, but not currently. So we're kind of in the free trialing stage at the moment, getting our user feedback so that we can really improve the user experience to be able to then effectively charge for our product.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, good stuff.
Thanks, Anthony. Thanks. And Toby, just over to you for some final comments.
Yeah, all right, awesome, Anna. That's really good. It sounds exciting. So have you worked out what's going to cost you to acquire a customer and the lifetime value of that customer yet?
Yeah, look, the lifetime value, generally with a SaaS product like ours, the lifetime of a person staying on, provided they're happy, is about 2 years consistently using the product. So at our entry level, which is $19 a month, we're looking at 19 times 24, whatever that number is what would be our rough lifetime value of a customer. And as far as our acquisition costs, we're looking at about $5 per customer per lead, sorry, $5 per lead to be able to build those conversions. So that's the current sort of space or cost per lead in the space of our product.
Yeah, because when you will approach investors, these are the key things I'll be asking you: the cost acquired, lifetime value, but also your break even. So what's it going to cost you, break even before you even start getting some traction, really? So get those numbers up front. And the other thing I also urge, if people are pitching, I think having an ask up front is really important to engage the investor's interest, right? Don't leave the ask to the end. Say, hi, I'm Anna, and I'm asking $250,000, and this is why. This is the problem we have, and then this is why we're doing it, because we're amazing, right?
Thanks, Toby. It's really good advice.
Yeah.
Some great advice there. Thank you so much, Toby. Well, Anna, thank you so much. Make sure that you pop all your details in the chat so everyone knows how they can contact you and comment and do all those sorts of things. But you can relax now. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. All right, over to our next picture tonight. We have Kamil. Kamil, can you please say hello?
Hello, everyone.
There you are.
I hope loud and clear. We're not very close to Melbourne, but right now geographically. But I graduated from RMIT University. It just happened to be the case with my MBA degree ages ago. And so I'm happy to reconnect with our friends in Melbourne.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. Are you ready to pitch? Off you go.
Yeah, I'll try to be short, right? If it's less than 90 seconds, I hope you'll forgive me. All right, so Apollo is the company and also the product name. That is the first business-to-business global distribution system in the world outside of aviation, whose purpose is to make travel more affordable to millions of travelers worldwide. We're to the world of travel what the low-cost airlines have been to the world of air travel in the last 40 years. You heard probably some of the low-cost carriers as well in land down under as well. So we bring together more companies offering transportation services and lodging within regions and across continents and connect them with travel agencies and corporate travel departments. We do it at 10x to 100x the speed of any other company. Making travel more affordable also requires connecting air, land, and water together into a single dynamic alliance and network with the ability to create a single door-to-door ticket, itinerary, and ticket within seconds. This makes us truly unique and creates great travel experiences for our people. We save companies millions of dollars through efficiencies and elimination of manual labor for the intelligence that the platform has. We help them build new streams of revenue by selling more basic and unique travel packages. We've already successfully tested our product with dozens of companies in Europe and connected $3 billion worth of inventory on an annualized basis. We're now ready to ramp up our revenue engine and scale the platform regionally and globally. And this is our second venture. The first was one of Europe's largest online travel agencies, which was sold to the French carpooling company for $89 million. And we're a team of experienced professionals in the travel industry with 100+ years of combined experience in creating successful leading businesses at various sites. That's briefly it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. There's a little applause. All right, Anthony, you are unmuted first. Over to you for questions.
I think, well done, Kamil. I reckon that's awesome. Look, I love traveling, and I'm always going from website to website, trying to find Skyscanner and booking and tablet hotels and all that. And so,
no more.
No more. I mean, it gets painful. And I really think, and I think there's a number of opportunities there. But it sounds like you're well and truly underway. Is that right?
Yeah, we're still seed technically, right? So we're adding additional functionality, but right now we're at the stage of having to ramp up and really grow. That's what we need to do. And we've done that before. Or it's not the first time. It's just on this company, it's a much larger scale. It's a much more complicated product. Ready to launch. And
have you got customers at the moment?
Yeah, we have a few dozen customers already in Europe.
Oh, wow.
We've been testing for the last 6 to 12 months. COVID hasn't helped us too much. We just launched shortly prior to COVID. But now is the time to convert those non-paying customers into paying customers and ramp up our revenue engine and connect many more places worldwide.
So just to confirm, what do you need? Like, what's the ask?
So our ask is right now we're raising our next batch of funding, which is $1.5 million total, US dollars total, which should suffice for a company to be pretty much independent going forward, have enough cash flow to finance its own growth. That's what we're doing. Not simplify.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense. Okay. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Caitlin, over to you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Kamil. I'm curious from an inventory perspective. So you mentioned that you had been able to coordinate, I think you said 1 billion, or maybe I didn't actually hear you correctly. It was a very large amount of inventory across Europe. What was the dollar figure?
$3 billion.
2 billion. Three. Okay, it's getting bigger and bigger. And when you say inventory, be a little bit more specific. So I'm just trying to wrap my head around fully what this encompasses and what the value proposition is.
It's a technical term. Well, these are like, imagine seats, basically on various buses, trains, and it's combined volume of seats available through the platform right now for the travel sellers to sell. I was actually inspired in Melbourne. I was watching Greyhound Pioneers in 7-Eleven store. I remember across the rental company was there. I was renting cars and I was thinking, how do I combine that? It was like 20 years ago, and now it's coming to fruition now. So yeah, so this is the $3 billion worth of inventory that's now ready to kind of scale, and that's why this big business is very scalable.
Okay. And what conversations, Kamil, have you been in Australia? I mean, Europe, it sounds like you certainly have a very strong foothold to start with, but in Australia, where are you at in those business-to-business discussions?
We have not had discussions yet. It's just my conceptualized idea that Australian market is really awesome for this multimodal platform, you know, connecting. I've done a lot of travel in Australia, so both buses and flew around and in the car. I know it's not as huge maybe as India. We're exploring India with 1.4 billion people. They're also very interested, but Australia market would benefit from a very simplified platform, which, I mean, we charge 2% flat fee, and it's very unique. Everybody tries to charge 10% or something. That's why this business goes nowhere. The times of 10% have gone.
Okay, wonderful. I mean, this is a perfect time coming into the COVID recovery period to be having these conversations. People will be jumping at the opportunity to be able to increase visibility on the assets or inventory that they have in abundance. So my suggestion would be is $1.5 million is an absolutely reasonable ask given the scale of what you're doing already in Europe. But my suggestion would be to make sure that you've had those discussions with a few businesses and gauge their interest and specific customer needs, Australia, particular to Australia and the Australian market, prior to actually pitching this into investors, so that you can actually plant those as seeds in the discussion that, you know, you're already in conversation with XYZ travel company or transport provider, or, you know, whatever it might be.
Okay, well, thank you. Yes, we'll happily do that. Yeah, we actually intend to do that. Thank you.
Good.
Great comments. Thank you, Caitlin. And Toby, just over you for final word.
Awesome. Yeah. So you said 1.5 million for what percentage equity? What are you giving away?
So right now we're our post money, it will be $12 million. Last raise we did in December was $9 million from a private investor. This time it'll be $12 million valuation. You know, so 1.5 on 12 million valuation.
Yep. Yep, awesome. And I know you do B2B, but is there a specific niche that you're targeting? Niche market?
So especially, well, I'm very passionate. You know, I've worked with a lot of billionaires as well. I'm not really passionate on helping billionaires, but I'm passionate on helping poor families and the families low income or single moms. We have this opportunity now to let their son travel around the world at very affordable, you know, price and rates. And that's what the platform creates, this opportunity of 50% or more reduction in the budgets, travel budgets, and visiting many more places finally, without postponing those trips to their old parents and stuff. So yeah, that's and people are most sensitive, especially to prices.
Right, and I'm interested in how your mechanics work. So, do you make this sort of like a club thing? Is that part of the thing? You join up a subscription, and then you get all these deals. So I'm still, not clear about that.
So imagine there's Greyhound Pioneers in Melbourne, right? Across the road, there's 7-Eleven chain of stores. And this is my actual experience. I was thinking about that, standing right there in the street. And I was thinking, look, 7-Eleven is a great place. They have those stores, chains of stores, or, that's an added revenue stream for those guys. If I made it technically possible for them to sell really easily, the people walking to the store can sell Greyhound Pioneers. They can sell the airlines. They can sell multiple things, additional revenues, streams of revenues, which they haven't done before. And there's pretty much anyone who has the storefront is now able to sell, especially in the online world. We enable that online presence as well. So that answers your question.
Yes. So in effect, the business pay commission, a 2% commission. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So we.
So have you thought?
Agency gets 100%. We keep 2% of that, and then we also help, by the way, with the payment clearance across all the players, so they don't need to worry about that. So and the carrier gets their money as well, so they can fund their fuel, they could pay their sellers their salaries and stuff faster.
Okay, all right, awesome.
Thanks. We might leave it there. Thank you, judges, for all those questions. Thank you, Kamil. Thank you. And where are you tuning in from? Whereabouts specifically?
So there's a few places where both. So the company was originally launched in Austria, Vienna, and we moved to the States last year, August last year. So two of our mates, including my partner, is in Kiev right now, stuck in Kiev in the war zone. I'm in between Europe, Middle East, and San Francisco.
Well, sorry to hear that. I hope that your partner's doing okay and is all good over there.
Actually, he's here on the call. My partner's here. He's on the call. He's witnessing and watching this. He's smiling.
Oh, we'll tell him. Oh, hello. Hey.
Sergey,
God,
Sergey,
wow.
Wave your hand, Sergey. You're there, right?
We can.
I think.
We're all thinking of you all over there. We really do. It's devastating to watch and hear about everything. Our thoughts are with you all. Lots of love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, there you go. Now I'm getting a bit teary now. Gosh, there you go. I haven't had that before. Thank you. Thank you, Kamil. Thank you, Sergey. All right, let's go over to our next picture. Lyndle, hello. How are you? Say hello.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And off you go.
Thank you. Down. So I'm going to start with Toby's advice, and my asking price is $500,000. So basically I run a company called Hair Beauty Life Co, your holistic wellness providers. And I founded the business 15 years ago as a solopreneur, doing mobile hairdressing. Really saw there was a need before mobile sort of really became a thing. As the years have progressed, I've now got teams in Sydney, Melbourne and Queensland. However, the major pain point that we've had and really has affected our ability to grow and expand has been the tech side of things. So the last 2 years I had, sorry, my dog, the last 2 years, Bruce, the last 2 years I had been working on quiet, and as soon as I start, children and animals. So yes, the last 2 years I had been working on creating a platform. However, as it's now ready, I've seen that there's still quite a few gaps and we need a good front end and back end. I have since come into a potential offer to acquire a business that is closing its doors but has a very similar model, and we could basically acquire that business and acquire the tech and also take in their leads, because we can integrate that into our business as well. So yeah, basically it's a proven model. We're already making money. One of our biggest clients is Dyson. So we provide therapists for them. And as they continue to grow in the hair space across Australia, that's only going to impact our business. So just on the last touching point, the market for hair and beauty within Australia alone is 8.8 billion. So we know that there's lots of money to be made.
Oh, Lyndle, well done. Thank you. Don't dogs and kids have a sixth sense? As soon as their mum's
You
doing
want quiet, I'm like, no noise for ages. And as soon as I start pitching, the noise starts.
You did very well. Well done. All right, Caitlin, I'm going to head to you first.
Yeah, wonderful. So you certainly piqued my interest when you talked about the potential acquisition. Have you even thought about the possibility of not necessarily a merger in the strictest sense of the word, but being able to actually incorporate some of their talent already within that business, especially from a technical standpoint, and actually bring them over to working with you? So you're not going to need to go out and hire even more people who've already developed a product that you might be using or a platform that you might be using?
Potentially with this new acquisition, they're actually really going to be quite hands-on with helping me acquire the new software, talking to their developers, making sure that we fill in any gaps that we might have with what the system doesn't do and what we need it to do. So she speaks tech talk where I don't, which has probably been a bit of the undoing for me in the lead up to this point. So she's really happy to kind of help with that merger. I don't yet have an actual costing yet on what they're proposing to acquire the platform. So I'm still waiting to get that because we only had a meeting on Monday. But yes, I mean, look, I'm not entirely sure where they're at in terms of, you know, what they want to do with life. I think what I got was that they just mums got young children and they really just wanted to kind of, you know, they bit off more than they could chew. So I think the point of difference from what they've created, guys, shh, sorry. So what they created was they created the marketplace before the community. I've created the community and now I need the marketplace to support it. So I've already got loads of team that are interested. Our point of difference from them to what we are doing is that I'm really passionate about supporting the individual who is extremely talented at what they do, but they don't have the business know-how. So our system will take care of all of the marketing, all of the admin, and pair them with the right client in the right geolocation so that they can be left to do more of what they love and less of what they don't.
Okay, wonderful. And I've got one quick question. I don't want to hog it too much, but have you thought about specific milestones for that funding requirement? You said you haven't exactly defined the tech cost, but are there other costs associated, you know, that are coming up in, say, in the next 12 months? Because you said the ask was 500,000, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. So that money would go back towards, because what I want to be able to roll out is more education for the team so that they can feel more a part of that community, because again, they're really great at what they do, but there's other elements of being a successful business owner even within a business, you know, like how we've become successful, the products that we use and why, how they can on-sell more products to make more money, upselling, those sorts of things. I don't have the time to do that at the moment because I'm still working on the floor as well. So I'm still floating the business financially. So that would help pay my salary. And then also to really focus on PR and marketing, because I haven't done that in the last couple of years, because I'm like, what's the point in pushing our marketing and our PR if we don't have the systems to support it? So that's really where that focus is going to be for the next couple of years once we get the funding required.
That's wonderful. Very thoughtful. Thanks very much, Lyndle.
Thank you.
Incredible. Thank you, Lyndle. And we might only just have one, maybe 30 or 60 seconds, Anthony, no pressure. Over to you, and we'll get on to our very last picture.
Yeah, no, that's great, Lyndle. Home haircuts, I don't really have many, but my kids, just trying to drag them into a hair, like it's cute when they're up in the barber's shop, and it's not.
And we look after a lot of families, and especially in the family corporate space, who you're already working 5 days a week, long hours, then trying to, you know, kids sports and everything else, and then trying to get haircuts.
Haircut because of COVID, and they all now look like something from the 70s. So they're all just, but I think it's really good. Honestly, a lot of the stuff I was going to ask just about the ask and about the tech platform. The only thing that stands out, and I know you're going to get a bit of an idea around, I hear a lot of people where they spend a lot of money in the acquisition, particularly around the tech part, and then they bring the tech in, the tech doesn't necessarily collaborate well with what you're doing. I would, if I were you, just look at potentially building it yourself.
I've already started that journey.
Okay.
And I've already invested $60,000 to $70,000 in building our own booking platform.
Right.
But now, as it's ready to go, I've now seen that the holes in our front and back end of our website that then doesn't marry the booking system. And I've since had another developer look at it, and they're basically like, you've been overcharged and under delivered. So, you know, but like, that's why I'm looking at this potential acquisition. This is not something I considered prior to this. It's just this happened to fall on my lap. And I've looked at the way they've built the infrastructure front and back, and it really does fit what we need, minus a few tweaks to make it really work.
Yep. So just make sure you get all the IP, like if there's a merger or an acquisition or however you want to do it, just ensure all the code, and because that's going to be quite valuable if you scale.
Absolutely, yes.
That's all going to be brand new.
And I also have a bit of an out as well. Like I've got a bit of an exit strategy in mind as well, because I have seen other companies like this that are emerging that have, you know, already millions of dollars worth of backing. But if we can really dominate the Australian market in this space specifically, then I see that as something that they would want to acquire, because, you know, that we've already got the infrastructure and the community that they won't have.
And it's great for hairdressers because they don't have to pay for the chair.
Exactly. You know? It's very minimal overheads. It really is. And we just
grandmother, I know the lingo because my grandmother was a hairdresser. So
yes.
So was my mum was a hairdresser too.
Really?
There you go. Yeah, all in there. All right, we're going to have to leave it there. We've got one last picture to go. Lyndle, thank you so much. Make sure you put all your details in there, and I can already see you need a good lawyer too to make sure. There you go. Yes. Make sure you get that all right. Okay, we are on to our last picture for tonight. Eddie, please say hello. Thank you for waiting so patiently.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Eddie, your 90 seconds starts now. Off you go.
Fantastic. Thank you. I'm super excited to share with you a project that I think has the potential to create immense change in the world. It refers to a proposal to build a platform that helps address the shortcomings of the representative system of governance. Imagine a version of change.org that enables people to argue for and against proposals, and for people to vote for or against them. The problem for voters right now is that you must choose from a basket of policies and do your best to select the best basket. Imagine if people could have a say on, for example, 100 different policies, and for government to then take those views into consideration when developing policy. Currently, no platform exists to aggregate knowledge and public opinion regarding key policies. And I do stress the knowledge, because part of this is about aggregating the knowledge that resides within experts that we have in all walks of life. Petition websites capture only a single side of an argument and are not designed to aggregate knowledge. This is why I believe the time is right to develop a platform that utilizes technologies built over recent years to enable citizens to come together around key policy decisions. For the go-to-market strategy, I see sort of a Twitter integration possibility there in order to really ramp up the uptake. But that's what I had to present today. So thank you for your time. Questions?
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. Well, we probably only have time for Toby. Oh, yes, we have absolutely time for applause. We can always have time for applause. Toby, I'm going to head over to you quickly first, because you did miss out last time.
Sure, no problem. I just want to know what your business model, how are you going to make money from this?
Yeah, sure. Very good question, and sort of wrestled with that one for a while. The model that I've landed on is the idea of creating a prize pool that people can, or organizations can, donate towards. And so for a decision to be appealing to people, there can be a pool, let's say, that's created in order to attract time and effort towards those decisions. And the platform would then be able to distribute those rewards, and by doing so, collect, say, a 5% commission for running the system. So it's really plays into Web3. So this is all about sort of govern and earn, as opposed to play to earn, for example. And it's really about the ability of using Web3 technologies to reward people for the data that they create.
Great stuff. Anthony, I've probably got one left, and then we will go into the breakout rooms because we are running slightly over time. Sorry, Caitlin.
How are you going to drive people to the site and then get it to a point where people, where the policymakers believe in the data to make that decision?
Very good question. I think that it's about building momentum. It's also about inviting those policymakers and members of government to actually participate. A lot of them are on Twitter now, so the world's changed, and we're already having sort of participation from key figures in government in these public discourses. What we don't have is the ability to sort of aggregate that, and it's bitsy and it's here and there and unclear, and no one can sort of create a structure around it. So it's more about that, and because I think that certainly within America, for example, some are very vocal, some members of government, and so yeah, but I think by bringing in key figures, it's sort of the influencer effect will take hold.
Yeah, I think it could be a really healthy product. It's gonna be challenging, but you just gotta have a crack.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well done. Well, that ends the official pitching proceedings. Well done. We absolutely made it. I did put in the registration form there for anyone that was sort of sitting in the audience and thought, I wouldn't mind pitching and I'd like to get my idea out there. Make sure you get in early and make sure you use that link so that we have your details there. But we're going to go into some breakout rooms now, and the judges and I and David will get together and work out who the lucky prize winners are. But I just want to say, as we're going into that process, the breakout rooms, incredible. Well done, every single person that pitched tonight. Just incredible. I know how hard it is to do a 90-second pitch. I've done it myself, and it's really, really a hard thing to do, and you were all exceptional. So well done. You can all give yourself a huge pat on the back, and also thank you so much, judges, as well, for all that incredible insight and feedback, and thanks for everyone putting in their comments. All right, we're ready to go into breakout rooms. So we will see you all back here in about 10 minutes or so, where we'll announce the winners, so stay tuned. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging around. I hope that you enjoyed a little bit of chatting. I hope there was some chatting in there. If not, we're thinking maybe we get some comedians in next time and we'll get them doing some comedy. I think it's Anthony, you and the Merton Lawyers team are all going to come and do some comedy.
No.
Just a no. Okay. I love it. Well, welcome back, everyone. Lovely to see you. Thanks for hanging around.
We probably need to wait another couple of seconds for everyone.
Yeah, of course. We'll let everyone's too busy chatting. See, David? There you go.
I'm not always right.
There you go. All right, everyone's hopping back in the room. Thank you so much. Welcome back into the room. We're up to the very, very exciting bit now, where we're going to announce the winners of the lucky prizes of the judges' prizes. So I'm actually going to hand across to Caitlin first to announce the winner of her prize.
Wonderful. I'd like to commend everyone for doing what you did today. It's not an easy ask, but you all really presented yourselves very professionally. However, I was thinking about the greatest value that I can bring to a particular person. I was choosing between 4, and I'm actually going to offer Kamil the prize, and that's a 45-minute session with me working on your investment deck.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Kamil. Congratulations. And Caitlin, did you want to do a special mention as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. As I said, there were 4, every single person was of interest, but there were 4 in particular that stood out to me in my area of specialization. I also wanted to give a shout out to Nicole De Matos. I'm actually going to connect her in with my network to someone that has a lot of media connections in the sort of public health space and has a lot of connections into hospitals as well, sort of oncology departments and the like. So there we go. That's happening tomorrow.
Oh, incredible. I'm so pleased. Thank you so much, Caitlin, and thank you for that incredible prize, and congratulations, Kamil, and well done, Nicole. Look at those connections. That's awesome. All right, Anthony, over to you to share the winner of your lucky prize, the lucky winner of your prize.
All right, thanks, Karen, and thanks Silicon Beach for inviting us down. It was a great night, and really pumped that everyone made it to tonight, and great pitches. I think it's just an awesome opportunity we really encourage every aspiring founder and employee or to get out to these pitch nights to get the runs on the board and have practice at it. It's a really great skill to have, and it helps you understand your business a lot better and get really good feedback. I was very similar to Caitlin. There were lots of opportunities tonight, and I think I really tip my hat to a number of you. But I thought there's some really good opportunities with one that we thought we could help, particularly with our corporate team and our wider team. That was Lyndle. So thanks. Yeah, so you have won the voucher at Merton Lawyers. But yeah, awesome work, and I think you got some good traction there, and just a few parts to help. But yeah, I need to commend a number of you, Anna, Kamil, and Nicole. You did a great job. Actually, I'm actually on the board of a not-for-profit, Nicole, with a number of neurosurgeons at Royal Melbourne. So it would be interesting to hear, and maybe I could talk to those guys. There's always a very open opportunity there. So I thought it was great.
Oh, I love it. Well done. Congratulations, Lyndle. Well done. Awesome work. Thank you so much, Anthony. And there you go. I love these connections. It's really important that you do connect on LinkedIn with our judges. Make sure that you look at them up, connect with myself and David too, because we want to keep those conversations and support going on. So absolutely fantastic. Toby, over to you. Last but not least, tell us who your lucky prize winner is.
Well, let me start with the special mention. I just want to make a special mention for Anna. I think with the Flintt, I think it's a really great opportunity, great product. I think you're pretty well advanced. You've already got some trials out there for people, and you are solving quite a complex problem. And the problem is just people just don't know how to create social media or that damn time, or both. So I think you're going to do really well. So well done. And the prize winner I'm going to give today is to Samuel. And the reason is because I think I can create the greatest value for him in what he's trying to achieve, right? So it's all about just trying to work out the best value. And Samuel, you're the man.
Oh, well done. Well done. Well, thank you so much, Toby. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you to all our prize winners. We've got Samuel, we've got Kamil, and we've got Lyndle. But all of you who pitched tonight, you're all winners. You've now pitched your business. So you've got your practice out there. You've got an audience now that understands and, is interested in what you do. So please keep those connections coming and come back and pitch again. You can always return. We love seeing familiar faces. We love hearing how your business is going. So please come back and join us again, which leaves me to announce we have got our next virtual pitch night happening on the 2nd of June. I did put that registration pitch. Make sure that if you are keen to pitch, register early so we can get your details and we can get you on the bill. A little plug for a Silicon Beach event that I'm running next week with David Heasley from Heasley Lawyers. We're going to be talking all things trademarks, so trademarks versus business names. So a real essential session if you've got an interest around trademarks, and that's happening on Thursday, the 12th of May at 12:30 p.m. You can find all the details on the Silicon Beach website. And David, I'm going to hand over to you for final comments.
Thank you so much for all the amazing pitches from all over the world this time, which is amazing. All of you are now basically already in the draw for our next on stage event, whenever that will be and where it will be. We will reach out to you, and yeah, we're looking very much forward to seeing you all soon again. So keep the great work up.
Wonderful. Thank you. And just a little note to the prize winners, I'll be email introducing you to the judge. So that's how you will know. So look out for that email in your inbox coming through in the next 5 minutes. So there you go. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Congratulations.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Congratulations, everyone. Well done.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.